Even if they started out as gods, they had a source. Something created them. And that's what I understand the word God to be. Source. It's great because it actually means the exact same thing in the English language, even though the entire language is completely backwards. If that's another story for another day, if I'm still alive. But so I see it as for God so loved the world, for source, your creator. Your creator loved the world, the simulation, whatever you want to call it. What does it matter if it's a simulation, if it's Earth? It doesn't really change you what version it is, version 1, version 7, where you are right now. God loved you. Source loved you so much that this part I won't get into because this is the part I'll get in trouble for because you might get hurt, that he gave his only begotten son, and whosoever believes in him, anybody who believes in this guy, in this dude, will not perish. It's just like you're good, and you're going to have everlasting life. So that's fucking amazing, right? Okay. I think I spent a couple of minutes on that verse. Let me see if it's still the same, because I've been 23 minutes, and no, it's not. 24 minutes into this video. I didn't want to see a number at the top of my screen that said, like 322 or something. That's just not something I want to see right now. But, so that's good. Now, hold on. So I can just read it. And you could read yours. I have a Bible for my Catholic school, so I'm pretty sure this is somewhat, this is whatever. John 3:16. Right. Fuck is it? So this is what happens when you drink. You can't find Bible verses in the dark. There's other problems from drinking, but this is just one of them. Alright, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that everyone who believes in him might not perish, but might have eternal life. Yeah, I just threw a Bible. I don't give a shit if I helped create that. I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to do something else that I shouldn't speak of. And I guess it makes me feel better that it's not certain that's creating these things. It's our will. It's those who walk with the light so strongly that continue to do what they believe to be right, no matter how much it sucks. Sometimes it really sucks. Right now, guys, like, I'm going to tell you my story within this, because there's other things I'm going to talk about, like the wall, which everybody talks about, but I'm just going to give you a different perspective on it, and this is probably the part that's going to get me killed, and that's fine. I know my angels are watching me, and I can't say anything that is going to bring me to a place that I don't want to be. So if I get killed, I guess cool, that's fine. The cigarette doesn't want to light either. This is good, guys. I like speaking to you more than I like smoking my tobacco. It's a good sign. Like I said, I've never done this. So we're now 26 minutes and 40 seconds in. And, yeah, it's, I'm going to keep going. You think this Mandela Effects or whatever you see in front of you, if you don't see it in front of you, there's something I have more to say. But I'm kind of curious because the way that these quantum shifts work is that this may be the biggest rift that we've had so far, because everything that occurs, everything that affects our reality, it affects our reality just as a pebble hits water. It's a ripple effect. Reality is only an aggregate of itself. So if you add something like, hey, well, at least something to me, I don't know who else sees this verse as importance, or at least what's the most important part of this verse. Now, it's basically what we're being told. What you're told is that simply believing something isn't going to get you nowhere. Simply saying, if you wake up in the morning and say, hey, I believe in God, God, I love you, you're there, you're fucking amazing, go God. You go out, you molest a couple little kids, or it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what the level of what you do is. It's how bad it is in your mind. If you see it in your mind, whatever you're doing as despicable, then that's what it is. If you decide to choose that over the other, then that was your choice. So because if you see yourself as, hey, I'm not a child molester, I'm okay, I can go to heaven, or everything is great. No, dude, you're a fucking idiot. If you're going to go out and do fucked up shit in your job, do fucked up shit to your friends, just live this fucked up life, and even if everybody perceives it, if everybody perceives your life to be amazing, does not make your life amazing. That just makes you an amazing deceiver. And what sucks is most people are amazing deceivers, or at least they are bred to be amazing deceivers. And what sucks is so many of you who are the deceivers, it's not even your fault. It's your parents' parents, and you're simply a product of your environment. If you're in Compton growing up, you become a product of Compton. If you're in Beverly Hills growing up, you become a product of Beverly Hills. I'm sure that can make sense to a lot of us. I didn't grow up in either. I know Compton has great yard sales. I bought a coffee maker for $2. I don't know if that's Compton or Watts, but thank you. That was great. That was the first time I was ever in Cali, like 15 years ago. I spent like 6 or 7 years there, but whatever, I'm here now. At least I understand it. I live in New York now. I lived in Cali. I lived in Florida. I lived in Vegas. I've stayed in India. I've been around. I'm here now. And we're at the 30-minute mark, and I have more to say. But to be honest with you, for the rest of the shit that I want to say, I need to be a little bit more drunk to say. And I've been talking to you a lot more than drinking. So I'm not going to pause this video just so you don't think I'm starting to think of things to say. No, I'm just getting drunk, so you just watch me drink. Cheers. $10 wine, hold up. Excuse me. In China, when you burp, that's actually customary, and people smile at you. Here, if you burp, people look at you funny and say, go fuck yourself. Welcome to America. So, whatever that wine says backwards, I see it backwards on my screen. I don't know if it's backwards on yours. I don't really give a shit. I'm sure you can figure it out if I'm going to put it here for long enough. It's a wine. It costs $10. It's big. It's 12% alcohol. I have no idea who makes it, but I know it's made in... No, I don't know it's made in Italy. It says it's made in Italy. But it tastes good enough for $10 to get you drunk. And for this video, I actually bought 2. I don't drink. With that said, last time I drank was 2 months ago. I just sit here in my house, in my apartment, with my cat, whom I love, and aggregate everything that I learn each day into the next day. And somehow I just get guided with some weird, whatever the fuck I get guided with. I don't know what it is. Well, actually, with that said, at the 31-minute mark, this is what I... Before I say this, I want to pour some wine and think about how I say it. Because this is something that's very important to me. I don't really care about the verse. I already kind of knew this. This was something that didn't make sense to me. If you just believe something and say, hey, I'm going to wake up, this is what I believe, but this is what I do, and then I continue doing what I do, regardless of what I believe, and think that this is okay, and then think that when I die, it's completely okay. I'm not going to tell you what happens after you die. I can't even tell you what's happening while you're living. Only you know that. But And that's all I'll say. I'm not going to say what's right or what's wrong. I'm just simply going to bring it up as something that maybe you should bring up in your mind. I know that when I die, this is really weird to say, that I actually have a choice to either come back here or not come back. Do I want to come back here? As I said, that this is, in a way, like a suicide letter earlier. It is, because I think some of the things that I have still... Wow, it's 33 minutes and I still haven't said anything. And I'm saying 33 because that's how many vertebrae we have, and for other reasons. I'm not a wizard. I don't do anything evil. I just wanted to... Like, I have a triangle on my hand. I have tattoos. I just want to be clear with this, because that's definitely going to be taken as something. Something told me to do that, but then that also kind of means I need to explain it. So, I have tattoos. This one in Latin says never give up. Or backwards if you're looking at a screen. That one's something else. And on here I have 2 dragons and whatever. But over here, I have a triangle drawn on my hand, which looks kind of weird because you may have seen that elsewhere. I can't tell you everything it stands for because I can only understand everything that I know up until a point. I could tell you I didn't just draw a triangle because I said, hey, let me wake up and draw a triangle on my fucking hand one day. That'll be kind of fucking weird. That's some people... when I see it now, just because I only started doing this a couple of days ago. When I see it now, I see it on people's forearm and just in places where it doesn't make sense because people don't understand something for what it is. And a triangle, depending on which way you look at it, represents all the elements, all the original elements. Earth, air, fire, and the other one. So, that was kind of weird. I did kind of like one of those pauses because something inside of me told me to pause. I still had no idea why to pause, but it was like a deeper meaning than I actually understood. So there's some of you that, if you watch this, there might actually be a deeper meaning to what I just did and said that I even understand, if that's okay. Before doing this right now, I thought I would have to actually whisper this because it's a lot easier to whisper what I'm saying because I don't get clouded by the sound of my own voice. The sound of my own voice right now is pointless. I'm saying all this because for the last couple of years, actually my whole life, which I'm going to bring up in the next whatever the fuck hours, who gives a shit, until my phone dies. Until Metro PCS cuts me off at 2 in the morning. It's like... Okay, good. It's like 9 p.m., but I'd like to be a little bit more drunk so I can't even see that. What's weird is if I'm either going to die from this, nothing's going to happen from this, or you're going to watch this. And if you watch this, people are going to cut to like different parts of what I'm saying. Like that. And taken completely out of context. Not that I'm saying that if I put a pair of underwear or boxers on my head and run around and scream shit, that's okay. Because... ... No, I'm not sitting here thinking about Alex Jones. I'm just... Whatever's inside of me is reverting me back to what I'm supposed to be speaking about. Because this isn't about me. There's a lot of shit that's on my mind. This is my mind that goes 24/7. And there's so much that needs to be said. But I need to be more aware of that than my own self. I need to forget about my ego. Which I don't really have. It's like a 10-second thing. I start speaking about myself, and after 10 seconds... Within those 5 to 10 seconds, I get reminded, yo, dude, What the fuck you doing? I'm talking about myself, man. Look, dude, I got these cool sneakers. And then he just tells me to say, well, what do you want to do? You want to keep going with that, or you want to just, what do you believe? What's you? Well, dude, I don't believe anything. You help me understand that. I just understand shit. And I understand that if I'm just going to tell people I have cool sneakers, they're going to like me because I have cool sneakers. I want people to like me for who the fuck I am. I don't want them to like me because I have cool sneakers. And I have a choice. That's choice. I think most of us have had that choice. I think a lot of us have had a choice where we had cool sneakers, and we had a choice where we could say, these people could like us because we have cool fucking sneakers, or we have like the number 14s or 33s, the blackouts, or whatever the fuck you have. I stopped giving a shit a few years ago. Well, more than a few years ago. But when you start giving a shit about what you give a shit about rather than the perception of others, that's when you start to feel this ringing in the back of your ears. It's like a hum. Do you hear it? It's in the back of your head. Is it something that doesn't go away? Is it something that you talk to sometimes? Is it something that you've given a name? What is it? Do you have it? Are you completely deaf to it? Do you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about? That's absolutely okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a hum. I'll actually give you a couple of places that it could possibly come from. You could, if you hear a hum in the back of your head, you could have either A, metal poisoning. Metal poisoning is probably bad. That's metal poisoning. Why do I say metal poisoning? Well, you see those little planes that fly above your head? Oh, yeah, whether I say it and whatever, they're just going to keep doing that. They're dropping a lot of shit out of those planes. And it's just happening more normally now just because people are getting more accustomed to it. The more accustomed to something a person gets, the more something can occur, and yada, yada, yada. Jerry Seinfeld. So out of these planes come a lot of shits. Well, you already know that. The top two things that come out of these planes are aluminum and bromium, barium. I forgot what it's called. Like I said, I've been drinking, so it's, who gives a shit? What the fuck do I care? It's one of those names that starts with a B. It's bad for you. If you don't give a shit, just say, hey, this guy's too dumb to figure out what the fuck this chemical is called that's killing me. Or you could say, hey, this guy's warning me about some chemical you forgot the name of that's killing me. That's your choice. I don't give a shit. Just so you know, I just finished one bottle. I have a second bottle because, like I said, this might go a couple hours. I haven't even said honestly, I haven't even said anything that should get me killed yet. All this shit is basic knowledge that if you're paying attention, you should have. If you don't have this, I don't want to say knowledge, this understanding, then the aggregate of your understanding is missing a lot of paying attention. Or a lot of you're paying attention somewhere else, my friend. It's this is what it is. Like I said, the title of this dumb fuck helped cause some Mandela effect, some quantum effect. Basically, to break it down, on the 24th of February, I was sitting there. Well, I wasn't sitting there. I don't sit well, I sit. People stand. Everybody sits and stands. So for me to say I don't sit or stand, that's kind of fucking stupid. I think I was sitting or standing. Who gives a shit? And I was talking to my inner self. I just have conversations. I go back and forth like regular conversations that you would have with anybody else on the street. I just have them within myself with a higher force that keeps creating... that keeps doing things in front of me. It's like... They talk about Moses, and Moses seen a burning bush, and he knew something was right. Then he got handed 10 commandments. That's not actually really all that true, but whatever. for me, like us today, this would be very different. Like, think about yourself. How many of us have walked by a burning bush? Think about a burning bush. Have you ever seen a burning bush? Have you walked by it? Have you ever thought that, hey, this is my burning bush? That's kind of fucking weird. That's nobody has burning bushes these days. They just if you have burning bushes, your bushes are just burning. That's you should get a fire hydrant, fucking extinguish your fires, dude. Like yeah. But so in these days, if a message needs to be sent to you, and this is who I'm talking about. This is who I'm actually making an attempt to speak to. There's 139,999 of you. You know who you are. The choice is yours. You have a lot of choices in front of you. Make a choice. Choose. You don't have much time. Head to the middle. So, right next door to me, I live in a little apartment in Boca right now. My life kind of sucks. I live with my cat. I'll show you her later. She's sleeping somewhere. But right next door to me, I could hear people yelling at each other. So, they yell at each other. So it's something to do with crack. It's usually something to do with crack or something to do with some TV show fucking with somebody's mind. I don't know. I can't say how other people's minds get affected by shit that happens to them. That's on them. But I just hear the after effects. So I hear the people next door to me just yelling at each other constantly. And it used to, a couple of years ago, it used to really suck. Well, it still sucks. I don't know what the fuck sucks. Like, if people are yelling next to you, and the fuck is that a good thing? But across this wall, they're yelling back and forth. And I do my best not to give a shit.